was interior architecture background, so I do not have any idea how to start an animation company. I just messaged through Facebook Messenger asking people that, what do you do in an animation studio? Definitely when we were first time getting animation project, it was very difficult. We do not have anything at all. So we have to build from zero. So it was very, very tough that period of time, that 3 years. We even, 3 of us, that no salary at all. I'm not too sure whether even I have anxiety or depression. I do not know.
What makes you keep wanting to start new businesses?
At the beginning, when I start business, I hope that I can earn a lot of money to support my family.
For new entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be one, what are the things that they will face?
Being an entrepreneur is not easy. You need to have the right mindset.
You can go back in time and visit your younger self. What is the one advice you will give them?
Continue to stay humble and
Alright, welcome to episode 2 of the Entrepreneur's Journal. So today we have a special guest, which is my co-host Steven on the show today. So Steven has been a serial entrepreneur, founder of a couple of companies like Circle Studio, which is an animation company, Bugworks, working on graphic design, as well as Starlab, which is in the tech and AI industry. So pretty impressive journey so far. And today we get a chance to dig into his whole experience as an entrepreneur and all the struggles that he had and the histories. So I think it's going to be a fun one, as well as for me to learn more about my co-host as well.
Sure, Jin.
Yeah,
I'll try my best.
So Steven, welcome to the show. And I'm going to try my best to dig as much as possible so that our audience can know more about you. So Steven, why don't you share about your whole entrepreneur journey and story for us?
First of all, thank you for acknowledging me about being a serial entrepreneur, but I'm actually still learning. Just a normal entrepreneur. So I actually started a company since 2015 officially, but way before that, I was jumping around doing freelancing also part-time. So there's one time I was being during SAM break during college time. I was a copier in copier in Genting, Malaysia.
So you're like some sort of a god of gambler.
No, I was actually a roulette dealer and also mini dice, daisai. Just been there for 3 months for SAM break.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Interesting.
And then after that, I also was a waiter in VIP casino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I couldn't go through. Just basically 2 weeks and then I'm off.
Why is that?
Actually, I have an opportunity to work in a company with my lecturer to do a freelancing project. So I was doing interior design as well because my degree was interior architecture design. So I was an interior architecture base. So my lecturer have this opportunity for me to work with him, a freelancing project. If I remember correctly, it was called Spice of India.
Okay.
Spice of India restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were designing for that restaurant, working with my lecturer. And then after that, slowly I built my connection. While I was studying, I have few projects coming in, just doing 3D visual. Yeah. So along the way, that period of time doing a startup is very hard. It's very hard. So to sustain a company is very hard. So we have, so like I said, we have this company. Another company is doing interior architecture. So we have been doing this total about 7 to 8 years. But at the same time, we were running that company. So after that, in 2017, I formed Circle Studio. We formed Circle Studio. And that was an animation studio that I was actually really, really passionate about because it related to creative and also technology. So why I started Circle is just very simple. It's my passion. Since when I was younger, when I was like 8 years old, 7, I've been always fascinated how they actually make this anime, Pixar, Disney, and I love it. And I think everyone also during my period of time will be Dragon Ball, Slam Dunk,
Same.
Initial D.
Yeah, I can very much relate to that.
Yeah, so I was really big fan of all this anime, Japanese anime. So, and I was interior architecture background. So I do not have any idea how to start an animation company. So I have to ask a lot of people, to be honest. I asked a lot of people. I even knock on doors. I just message through Facebook Messenger, asking people that probably is my friend's friend, like, what is your culture working in an animation studio? What do you do in an animation studio? And a lot of people actually give me quite interesting feedback. So after that, but all the while, I have a partner. I have two partners, Enzo and Kenji. So Kenji was in the animation and game scene. So he definitely know better than us a lot. So through his experience working on a production, we tap into his whole experience to form this company. But definitely when we were first time getting animation project, it was very difficult because we do not have any profile, we do not have anything at all. So we have to build from zero. So what did we do is that while in the animation in mind, we go to another route, is where doing creative, which is in the event space. So this company, where they are very famous for doing event exhibitions, and we very fortunate to actually pitch to them, and because previously they wanted us to help them to do a layout plan, and for expo, if I remember correctly, it was Nagaraku Expo. So it was a very big expo in Stadium Merdeka.
Nagaraku Expo, you mean?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yeah. So we helped them to plan all the layouts, and we wanted to actually pitch them to do multimedia stuff, which is doing projection mapping, AR, VR, that kind of tech. Because during the 2015, that period of time, we actually invest a lot of time building AR and VR stuff. So we were thinking that probably we can use this technology into these events. But during that period, there's already people who already be their vendor and do that thing already. So we are just a vendor that doing layout planning for them. So after that, we built that portfolio, and we have more projects from them. And slowly we becoming like a creative agency instead of an animation studio. But that dream will keep on in my mind that I would like to really go there. So in order to sustain the company, we have to work different type of projects. We never say no to any client. We will figure out and make sure we have able to cover every month. So it was very, very tough, that period of time, that 3 years. We even, three of us, that no salary at all during the 2 years time. And probably around like maybe 6 months, one-time salary. That's all we got. And probably it was just like 3,000 plus. That's it. But that in mind of doing animation, that kind of passion that we want to do. So I told my team is that, and I told Kenji is that, why not we develop a cinematic, especially in game cinematic, because actually Kenji was very passionate about building a game cinematic, and not many people did it at that time. But I believe Lemon Sky, Passion, they do game cinematic as well. Yeah. But we were thinking not many people using Unreal Engine to build it. So we were thinking that maybe Circle Studio is a company where we use real-time technology to build animation in animation production. So and we all like to play Dota. So we choose that. So we choose that game to build that kind of cinematic. So every year where they have TI, they actually have this short film competition. We wanted to participate in that competition while building this cinematic. But along the way, we were building quite some time actually, about like 6 months to 7 months, and we only had one modeler. And we only have Kenji itself.
I thought Kenji is a modeler as well.
He actually did model a bit, but there's this guy, modeler, quite stick with us for quite some time. But then actually he went to Lemon Sky after that.
All right, did he?
Yes. So, but yeah, during that period of time, we were really determined that we want to create an animation studio instead of creative. So, so after that, we actually missed that deadline because, there's this whole animation process. We don't have any resources. We have to work on different projects as well to maintain the company. So at the end, we scale down a little bit more, follow our own pace to make the cinematic right. And one day, Enzo saw an article regarding about Sheikh Shadid announcing that there's a Dota KL major in Malaysia. And then we were thinking like, oh, I think this is an opportunity for us to actually, probably we can showcase our capability, right? Because there will be a competition in Malaysia. So we find our own way through LinkedIn to message the event organizer, which is, he's based in Denmark. And after I pitched to him, and he linked me to EGG network, Astro. And they like the whole idea, and they agree that we can use our video to post in the stadium as an opening ceremony. So that is where actually a dream come true, where we play Dota since I was Form 2, and now I'm actually still playing.
Okay.
So that was a really dream come true, that is where we start pivoting to animation. And after that, I wanted to separate between animation and creative agency. So the creative agency, we actually built our own profile already. We have very good clients. We were doing graphic productions. We were doing motion. So that it has its own sustainability, own clients already. So I separated it. So Circle Studio is basically doing animation, and Bugworks is doing graphic production materials and creative agency stuff. So, but at the same time, like I mentioned, I like technology, right? So I found a partner, which is based in Penang. That is where Starlab come into a picture.
Right.
Yeah. So
I was about to ask you about Starlab as well. Like, you have so many businesses. How do you focus like running multiple businesses?
Well, one thing is that I have a very good partners.
Right.
Yeah. To be honest, I cannot run it alone. Without them, definitely it cannot be run. Yeah. So definitely have to. I'm glad to have them in these companies. So Starlab, I have my partner called Lam, based in Penang. He's helping me running through he's our CTO. Basically all the technology stuff he will be handling. I'll be handling the sales part. And I was really driven and focused in building the animation company. And Bugworks, I have Enzo that actually handles the company. So each of us handle different company, but we separate our role and responsibility very clearly, so we can run the operation smoothly.
Right. Actually, I was about to ask you as well. Like, you already have one business running, and what makes you want to start another one? Like, what makes you keep wanting to start new businesses? Because I think I'm curious to know, because we have a very different background. Yeah, although we're in the same industry, but for me, I'm the more traditional, working a 9 to 5, building a career, more like a high performer in the company, and you are like a entrepreneur almost your whole life, right? So I want to dig into your brain a bit, like, why keep forming new companies instead of stick to one, or even like you mentioned about animation company, you want to start animation. I was wondering, why not just start as an employee and then work your way up instead of opening a studio? So why do you want to like start up your own companies and multiple companies?
Well, first, I answered the question why I don't want to become an employee.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want to become an employee. Like I mentioned, I do work in a company before. It's called Metamosaic, but just 1 year. And after that, I sort of start my own business. But all along, actually, I was at the beginning. Why I start business is just very simple reason. Is where I just want to. I hope that I can earn a lot of money to support my family.
Sure.
That's it. So that was the first why I wanted to become a businessman or entrepreneur, why I want to start my own business. I thought when I run my own business, I can earn a lot of money and support my family. But in fact, that is not. And it's very tough.
Yeah.
It's very tough, Jin. It's very tough.
I'm sure.
But the perception, I have another perception after that, where why I want to start business is just because that I like what I do, and I have passion and determination to do what I love to do, and I understand that life is very short. People come and go. Some of my friends or the people that I know, they gone very early. And why not? I just do what I love to do. And I think if I do what I love to do, I don't think I have any regrets towards that. Yeah. So that's why I was thinking, why not start my own company and do what I love to do? Not to say that I have a lot of freedom doing that, but I just like what I do with my friends. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear that you have good teammates as well, so definitely you can leverage off their expertise and their strength to grow even multiple business.
I'm really glad that actually my partners at the very beginning of the company that I started until now is the same people.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good history and leads me to my next question. Like, you definitely have a lot of failures in running multiple company, right? And the challenges as well. So is there anything you learn that can be applied in the future, like mistakes and stuff that you will not repeat again?
This episode of the Entrepreneur Journal is brought to you by Bugworks. If you are looking for top-notch creative solutions, whether it's high-quality graphic production, branding, motion graphics, Bugworks is the team you want on your side. They have worked with amazing brands. If you need creative firepower, hit them up. Check them out in the description below, and thanks to Bugworks for supporting the Entrepreneur Journal. Now, back to the conversation. I think one thing is that being an employee, definitely that you have your own challenges,
For
right?
sure.
And building a company, definitely it has its own challenges and failures as well. So while building this company, I think every year I face a different challenges. It depends where I am at. So while I started Circle at that time, it's only 4 people, which is me and my other 2 partners. And we are lucky to have one employee that her name is called Pauline.
The modeler which you spoke about.
No, it's not.
No.
She was from KBU.
Okay.
And she's a interior architecture as well. So she came in and helped us to do floor plans and do ID stuff. Yeah, only 4 of us. So that period of time, resources, I don't have any. That was really tough when we want to have more projects in and bigger budgets. So that period of time, I was having trouble in terms of finance and also resources. And after when I grow in the 3rd year, building a team to scale to more than 20, I understand probably Lemon Sky have more people. But during that period of time where we want to hire more people to come in, we need a proper team structure where they understand what is the vision and mission of the company. And most importantly is that the culture that everyone need to have in the company. So in 2021, talking about Circle, right? 2021, when we wanted to scale more than 20 people at that time, I actually did a campaign with everyone. It's called a restart campaign. So this restart campaign, basically, I want to tell them, I want everyone to join in to identify what is our vision and what is our mission and what is the purpose of this company. Where I introduce them, it's called this Ikigai kind of concept.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm familiar with that.
So after going through that campaign, we identify what is the company purpose, vision and mission. And we also identify what is our core values. So these core values is also very important, because when you want to scale the team, if this current team does not have the culture that we want to build, when there's more people coming in, I think you will agree with me, people will start scattering around, they do not have any idea what this company is doing. Probably the vibe is different.
Yeah, everyone needs to have a very clear mission of the company, the values of what everybody is working towards to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we built this. I have this restart campaign, telling everyone what is our vision, what is our mission, what is our purpose of this company, and everyone participated in it, and everyone brainstormed together, and that's what makes this Circle Studio that time. And we already formed a solid tribe where after that we can scale. So when the new people come in, our human resource will actually do a workshop where they have to participate for 3 months. Every Friday, they will go through this whole workshops and training about how to debate, how to communicate, what is our company culture, what is this culture, about tribe leadership, something like that. They have to go through all that, and finally whether we decide whether they can stay or they go. So I think these are every year I have different challenges, but I have to pinpoint is that the most challenged part is actually scaling the team and building a tribe where everyone can trust together and build a company. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was about to ask you about scaling the company.
Yeah.
So started from one person and all the way to like almost 50 people to a point. How did it compare? Like, how do you feel once you reach like certain milestone of people?
I was scared. I believe every entrepreneur or CEO, they have this feeling is where am I able to operate,
to sustain.
Yeah. And because that kind of amount monthly financially is not a joke.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So like I said, to scale a team, definitely need everyone to have this kind of synergy to understand each other. So these 20 people that I had last time, they understand what everyone wants. So they understand the culture that we want to build. So when people coming in at time, we allow the leaders to interview them as well. So it won't be only me. They'll have to go through 3 to 4 levels, is where probably senior able to interview them, the leads will able to interview them, and after that HR or me together to identify. The first thing that we'll identify is their attitude, whether the attitude is similar or what we want. If the attitude does not pass, even though his skills is very professional, or his skill is very the god level, but the attitude is we wouldn't choose them. Although even though his skills is very good, but we will work towards the attitude first, then only skill set.
Yeah, I totally agree with that as well. I mean, for myself, I interviewed hundreds of people as well. And of course, you get better the more you interview.
Yes.
You start to catch the small nuance and also start to judge the character a bit better. Because I think the interview is very important to have that feel, that jive, whether you can you feel the person is sincere or not.
Yes.
I think it takes a lot of experience, and I really agree what you say about attitude, because I think attitude comes above skills. Like I always tell people that skills you can train, you can learn, but the attitude is something that is really hard to change once a person is really built that way, right? It's not impossible, it's really, really difficult. Yeah, so getting the right person to come in the company, I think it's like the most crucial thing.
Yes, absolutely. Because we basically live in we live differently. Every single person, they live in a family where it's different from another family. And how they bring up is actually different as well. So we have to find all these people that have a same mindset, same attitude, that we can work together. And it's not easy. We have to go through a lot of interviews and find the right one to be in the company. Yeah, so that's how we slowly scale into a bigger group. Yeah.
Interesting. So talking about like scaling the company, dealing with staff hire and paycheck, definitely there's a lot of stress and pressure. Like
definitely.
making sure you make ends meet, pay people on time. So how do you deal with all those stress and setbacks? Do you have like anxiety in the morning, this kind of stuff?
To be honest, I'm not too sure whether even I have anxiety or depression. I do not know. Maybe because I'm the guy that is kind of optimistic. So my partner always laugh at me. It's like I'm the optimistic one. It's like when we want to introduce ourselves, right? He's always say that I'm the optimistic one, and he's the more like evaluating the risk. He's like the see first, then only decide.
It's more careful.
Yeah, it's more careful. Yeah. So to be honest, I'm not too sure whether I have this anxiety or depression, but maybe sometimes I do, but I didn't realize. But definitely there's a lot of stress while I'm building all this company, because they have different challenges, right? And there's a lot of blockage that I have to solve. So I have this mindset is where it's actually trained during when I was in college. I have this mindset is where nothing is impossible, cannot be done. As long as you willingly to find the solution, you willingly and honestly telling people what you need, and always willingly to ask for help. Some people they don't want to ask for help, and they just do everything themselves, and they figure out themselves, which is very hard. I do have this moment as well, but after that I figure out that why not ask people where they actually have more experience than you. Probably they know the solution, right? Even my mom and dad last time also say when we were younger, if you don't know the route, then just ask the stranger, ask where is the direction lah. Something like that.
True.
So after that I was like thinking, I should just ask anyone that, be more confident to yourself, and ask the person that you want to know the stuff. And what's the worst case that you can get? They just don't answer you lah.
Or no, probably.
Yeah, or probably no. Yeah. So, which is fine. I get that a lot as well. Yeah, but along the way, I'm very fortunate that I met a lot of good mentors, and actually I'm very fortunate I'm able to meet you as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, during the animation period of time, I really met a lot of people.
Oh yeah, we actually worked in one project before. I remember. That's how I met you actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
That's how fate brought us together. Yeah, and,
yes.
and the impression of you that time, I think you're too nice of a guy and too honest of a guy. I'm like, wow, this guy is really honest. If only everyone I work with has this kind of honesty, I think the world would be a better place.
I actually have this concept where if I did ask this to one friend while working in the animation industry, where I first approached him. Why not every studio can come together and work on one project? I actually wanted to do that. If possible, each of the studio, we can contribute money or whichever resources, and we can work on one project that can, is that like a Malaysian IP or is our own IP, something like that. So that was a dream for me that time. Yeah.
Interesting. So after so many years of being entrepreneur till now, any regrets? Do you regret on the journey that you have set off?
No, I do not have any regrets on what I have building so far. The things that I have been building is all I love. I love what I do. I love what I do, only I will do.
Okay.
If I don't like that industry or I don't like that product, I definitely won't do it. So when I do something, meaning I really love it and I have the determination and passion to work on it as much as I can. Yeah, I have been, at the very beginning, so I was doing interior architecture design, right? So bring back a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't like that industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes. I don't like the industry. I hate dealing with contractors,
Okay.
I just don't like. So I have been working for 7 to 8 years, right? But I don't like the industry.
Right.
It's just that I don't like to work with the contractors, probably some clients, and it's not the passion that I really want to do. But it's a money-making thing during that time. So I have to do it. We have to do it. So sometimes we do the things that we don't like, right? Just for sustaining. But after that, very fortunate that I can step back and I can move out from that industry and go into animation and technology. Yeah. So like I said, I do not have any regrets on what I'm building because I love what I do. As long as I do that things that I'm doing, meaning that I really love and I have the passion and determination to work on it. Yeah, I don't have any regrets.
I see. But what's next for you then?
Still the same, where it definitely related to technology and creative. So that's why we still have like Bugworks, Starlab. And I'm really interested in actually building another one, which is what we are building, which is the media company. I hope this media is definitely not the same like what we are working on, like animation or games.
Oh, for sure.
It's not that. It's basically a media where we able to do podcasts, where we can churn our own channels, our own IP channels, and also work with talent, and bringing more value to the people. So media company is my next, our next journey to build this company.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm really excited about because I think we have a good synergy. You from the entrepreneur background and me from like both in like AAA projects, big teams, managing teams and stuff like that. So I think that's where like business and not to say no leadership, but business leadership and management coming together to form this collaboration. And I'm really interested to see where this goes. And of course, I'm always interested to give back as much value as I receive in my whole career. So I think that's
and we have met so many people in our life, and we like we said, we always meet so many different people, entrepreneur, athletes, creative, and I'm fortunate enough to actually meet most of that I need to meet. And I'm the type of person where when I'm curious, I will ask. And I was so fortunate enough that when I ask the person, people will will share to me their experience. when they are here and where they are now, and what do they struggle, and how to pivot, something like that. And I was thinking, why not these sharings, it can be shared with other people as well. So I think that's why I hope that we can bring in our friends, our guests, which is they also a business owner, entrepreneur, athletes, or filmmakers that can be in this podcast and share with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something exciting and for us and everyone to look forward to.
Yes, definitely.
So there's a few more questions before we end the session. I think there's one very important one that definitely I think a lot of people like to know is, as an entrepreneur for many years, and for new entrepreneurs who aspiring to be one, for new people who want to come in as an entrepreneur, what is in store for them? What should they be prepared, and what are the things that they will face?
What they will face, definitely there's a lot of challenges, different where when they are in different stage. First stage, probably they will need to get recognition, get credibility. Second stage is where probably they need to expand, where they have to say no to some projects. And third, probably they might want to expand more, probably they will get more investment. I think that's the stage where, people, I think a normal startup will do. If you ask me for advice, I would say
sleepless nights, anxiety, stress every day.
Definitely.
It's always quite fun at the same time.
Because I stopped for a while, it's just because being an entrepreneur is not easy. And you need to have the right mindset to become one. If you are very fast that give up, or you don't have any optimistic thinking, it's actually very hard for you to be an entrepreneur. And I'm lucky enough, I would say find the right partner. I think finding a right partner is very, very important, and that will be my advice. Find a right partner and work on it together. To have this kind of open communication where they're able to discuss and not so calculative. But definitely everything has to come in place. But finding a right partner, I think that will be my advice.
Yeah, I think that's extremely important, finding the right partner. I think for me personally, although I have been working as an employee almost my whole life, I do have some, side hustles, side businesses which I was doing on the side. But I think partner is the one that is extremely important, because with the right partner, you can go even further. Because there's only so much there's only so much you can do on your own. And if your partner is not supportive or is not as crazy as you, I think you're gonna be stuck at that place for a very long time.
Yeah, and your partners have to be, because finding a right partner is not easy as well. It's whether they have the same attitude as you are, or
mindset.
They have, especially mindset. Different attitude, I think still okay, but especially the mindset. If they do not have the same mindset or same direction that you want to build, I think it's very hard to move on.
As well as the dedication as well.
Correct.
You both have to have the same dedication, to go all in. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. And there's one saying that you have to be a bit crazy to become an entrepreneur. Right?
Yeah, definitely. You have to let go a lot of stuff actually. If you willingly to let go some of your, some people, they have different situation happen. Probably, maybe they have family finance problem. They might not able to become an entrepreneur, because you have to start your own business. You don't have money and you have to support your family, right? And every month probably they need sustainable cash flow to eat, to pump petrol, car, house, and something like that. So it's very difficult. To be honest, I actually have this situation as well. But I just want to thank my brother.
Right.
Yeah, my brother actually supported the family since when I started run my own business, where he actually worked tirelessly as an employee just to support the family. And with this, I have a fortunate path where I can build my own stuff. Yeah. And I hope, and now go one period of time, I'm able to give back on what he was giving. So it's more sustainable now. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, definitely. Because for everyone who is working 9 to 5 with comfortable pay, a comfortable life, why would you want to give up those stuff to actually become entrepreneur? You might lose a salary, you might risk everything, even your family at a certain point.
Yeah.
So definitely it takes a lot of courage to go into this path.
Yes.
Yeah. So one fun question for you. If you can have dinner with any entrepreneur, no matter dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Definitely no need to think, is Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Steve Jobs is my idol. I like his story. I like how he built Apple to next, and by owning Pixar, and then he's gone. Yeah. So if I have a very good chance, I would really want to meet Steve Jobs. Yeah, because I love his passion. I love what he's doing. I know his story. Sometimes he's just, a very difficult man, to work with. But if I could have a chance, I would really want to try to work with this guy.
Wow.
What is he thinking? Why is he think like that? How he asks questions, every single thing. I would love to work with this man if I still have a chance. Yeah.
I see.
If I had the chance, yeah.
So Steven, I have one last question for you. If you can go back in time and visit your younger self, what is the one advice you will give him?
Continue to stay humble and do not compare with other people. Yeah. Because for one period of time, actually, I do compare a lot. Like, why is this person able to have that kind of life? Or why is this person, what he have that I don't have? And there's this friend told me that, actually, why do you need to compare? Just appreciate what you have right now and work towards it on what you passionate about. So after I talked to the friend, and I was like, yeah, why do I have to compare? I just need to appreciate what I have right now, be present, and work as hard as possible, get as much as network, the right people, and learn as much as that I can. Yeah.
I think that's a great advice. Simple, but I think it's something that we always overlook.
Yeah. Because some people that I understand, especially when you are 20 years old, or even sometimes when you are even an older person, sometimes you like to compare. And it depends what you are comparing. Not the bad one, but the good one is okay. But you do not need to compare why that guy have this stuff and why I don't have. I think that one is you do not need to compare that. But probably like skill set or how to improve better, that comparison is okay. Yeah. Just you do not need to compare the assets that what you have or you don't have.
Yeah. I mean, what you're saying, like looking for a role model that you can look up to rather than compare yourself to like someone and why he has things that you don't have. Right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that also is very closely related to what you call imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yes,
you always feel you're not good enough.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think everybody has that, but nobody is like openly talking about it because I think it's something that everyone feels embarrassed. But deep inside them, say that you just always feel that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Like everybody around you is better.
Yes. If they're confident and they are humble enough, I believe they can attract a lot of people and people will help them. Yeah.
Cool. I think on that note, we have come to the end of the podcast, and I think it's a very valuable one, sharing experience, even a lot of stuff that I didn't know, you know. And I think after this podcast, I definitely know you a bit better.
Yep, Jin.
Yeah, and I really look forward to more conversations, both of us, as well as other guests as well in the future.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward that we can, our friends and more guests, experts that can really share their feel and bringing valuable knowledge to our audience.
Yeah. So Steven, before we end, is there any place where the audience can find you or look for you? Like any social media stuff? Giving you like a shameless plug here.
Okay. I do not have any vlog right now. Like what you're building. But if you want to find me, I think there's a link below. It's my LinkedIn account. And also I'm building my Instagram profile as well, the business one. So you can check out the link below and just follow me there.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
And see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Thank you, Jin.
Thanks.
Thank you.